So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. We're nearly there. 3 races to go. It was round 21 of 24, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, or as we will call it for the rest of the episode, Brazilian Grand Prix or Interlagos, because that's what it's meant to be called.
You really fought with 24 minus 3 there, didn't you, to get to 21? You really had to engage some brain cells for that. You nearly said
I nearly
20.
said round 20, yeah, because round 21.
We must also not forget that there is still one sprint left at those 3 Grand Prix
True.
weekends.
True.
So it's not just 75 points on the table, it's what, 83, something like
that?
Yeah, 83.
Nearly there though,
Crunch
folks.
time.
Nearly there.
Yeah, let's get into it. Start off as we always do with free practice 1, where nothing happened.
Ferraris were slow.
Yeah, but Ferraris were slow all weekend as we came to learn.
Well, I mean, one of them wasn't, and then one of them had 3 wheels on their wagon, so that kind of slows you down a little bit.
Yeah. And then sprint qualifying. Yuki Tsunoda put in a disaster class again and got himself eliminated early on. Was it SQ2?
1.
1. Oh.
I was going to say it wasn't a great time for him, was it?
No.
His average qualifying position was 18.5.
What was that, Ben?
His average qualifying position in Brazil was 18.5.
Oh no.
That's a bit tragic.
Yeah, and a Red Bull.
I mean, in fairness to him,
True.
The other one also qualified 16th for the main Grand Prix.
But for the sprint, qualified 6th.
Yeah. Not ideal.
No, not good. Not good. There were no really other major shocks in SQ1. SQ2, Lewis Hamilton got screwed over by his teammate having a spin. That ended his lap.
It's just the way things go, isn't it?
In fact, no, it didn't even end his lap. It meant he didn't make it to the line.
Excellent.
Class.
Yeah, he got caught out by
That's
the waved yellows. Couldn't make it to the line in time.
Them Schumacher tactics.
Good run plan, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Albon, Gasly. A good weekend. Well, I was going to say a good weekend. A good session for Gabriel Bortoleto in the Sauber. P14.
A good weekend.
A good weekend for Bortoleto. Yeah, no.
It would only go downhill from there. A weekend with promise. Let's say that instead.
Yeah. Promise left firmly on the table.
Yeah, and Ollie Behrman P15.
That was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, there was more pace in the Haas.
Yes.
Well, more pace in the Haas.
Particularly over recent weeks. Yes, would 100% agree with that statement there. I mean, he showed it in the real qualifying, so
yeah.
In a proper qualifying.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's sprint quali is hard, isn't it? Because you've had one session to dial it in, and then you look at the weather forecast for the next day, and you know that you need to set up for a race that isn't going to be in the conditions that you are currently in. So, are you compromising or not? So,
and your tyre choice is limited. You're told what tyres you run in sprint quali.
Yeah, the good old mandated tyre selection.
And I'm pretty sure it's only one set as well.
Yeah, it's one set of mediums for Q1 and Q2, isn't it? Which is wild, but fair enough.
One set of softs for Q3. I want to know what happens if you get a puncture. Is that just it?
Tough.
You just park, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be an interesting one. You'd like to think.
I
Well,
don't think it's happened. Yeah.
It's like I've been reading about the cost cap rules and the sort of finickiness around power units, particularly. So there is a sort of understanding, as it stands, that say your engine goes pop towards the end of the season and you'd already used up all of your engine allocations. If you need another one, you need another one. That's kind of just, your engine's gone pop. Unlucky. So they're saying that in that instance, the additional cost of the engine, particularly for customer teams, should not count towards the cost cap. But if you elect to take a power unit for the sake of performance reasons, then it does count towards your cost cap. So it's like, do you get given a fresh set of tyres because yours went pop? Or is it just tough shit?
I guess we would need to see.
They should try, like, when there's in cricket, when in tests, when someone asks for a new ball, they try and find one that's a similar age. That's what they should do. They just try and find a rogue tyre that's around the same age as it.
Just go next door to one of the other teams.
Yeah.
Can we borrow your tyres?
Yeah.
You were put out in SQ1. Can we have your mediums for SQ2, please?
Yeah, quite.
Pop.
That'd go down well.
And then SQ3, Hulkenberg P10, Hajar P9. A good weekend for the both Racing Bulls in qualifying. Well, not so much in sprint quality. Lawson was 17th, but main quality.
And even in the race, because Lawson managed to pull off a one-stop, which is fair play. I don't think anybody else really went for that.
Leclerc P8, Stroll 7th. What's Stroll doing in 7th?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh, hang on. Here we go. There we go.
I think the Sunday proved that.
What, and how quickly he managed to put the home hero into a wall.
Yeah. Defending position.
The poor man who'd just about recovered from being in a wall the day before.
Yeah.
Listen, that Stroll's awareness might not be great, but his pace is
awareness. What awareness? Should we cover this while we're here? I am surprised Lance Stroll didn't get a forcing a driver off the track penalty.
I will come to it because I think there's a lot of penalties for the race.
This is true. We'll just go for a big penalty section.
Yeah.
More shootout. Well, more penalties than a fucking shootout at the. Wait, what was that one that I was watching? The Women's Euros, where it just seemed to go on forever.
I was more thinking the 2022 Europa League final, the Manchester United one.
Well, the one that ended like 12-11 or some shit. Yeah. There was another one I watched recently. I think it ended like 15-14. I think it was this year.
There's one, I'm pretty sure, when Grimsby beat the
Yes.
went on for quite a while.
Yes, because they went to the keepers and then they had to go again.
Yeah.
That's when you know your penalty shootout's been going for a while.
And Man United were involved in that one as well.
Yes. They have a habit of it, and they lost it.
Yeah. Max Verstappen P6, Alonso 5th. Good weekend for Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
He likes this track, as we know. Russell P4, Piastri P3, Antonelli P2, and Norris P1. A fantastic weekend for the Mercedes, particularly in qualifying. Antonelli P2, Russell P4, and where did they put it in the race? 5th?
Fifth.
Was it?
He qualified 5th for somewhere, I think.
Must have been the main race then. 4th for the sprint.
Qualifying, he was 6th in this actual.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he was behind Hajar.
P4, P6. Very good considering where that Mercedes has been at points this season.
I mean, at points this season, it's been on the top step of the podium.
Also true.
So
What at
And it
one
has
point
been
this
at
season?
Interlagos before.
George has won 2 races this year, hasn't he?
Won 2? I thought he'd only won 1.
He's what, Canada?
Oh yeah, forgot about Canada.
And what's the other? Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
Singapore.
Ah,
2025 race
oh
results.
yeah, I suppose
George
Max
won
would have
Canada and Singapore.
Yeah, I forgot about Canada.
See? Multiple
Redemption.
times they've top-stepped it.
Twice.
That's the lowest number you
might have
need
multiple.
to call it multiple.
And yeah, let's get into the sprint. There's only really one thing that really sticks in my head in the sprint, which means I've sort of forgotten two things that stick in my head for the sprint. One was at the 2010 European Grand Prix reenactment,
Or
where
the 2003
was it
Brazilian Grand Prix
2003?
reenactment.
No, there was one in Europe where they all went off at the exact same corner.
2007.
Are you thinking of the Nürburgring?
Yes, that's it.
Turn 1
Yeah,
at the
so-
Nürburgring. It's
But
2007.
Chris, I reckon after we done, you should go and watch the 2003 highlights because the exact same thing happens then in Brazil.
Yeah, same corner. Is it turn 3?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we get a reenactment of the 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix. Norris goes onto the curb, kicks up a bit of water onto the track. We don't know if it actually made any difference.
I was going to say, this is propaganda at its finest, to be honest.
If it
made that much of a difference, why didn't Kimi go off?
Kimi, yeah.
He's the first driver to meet it.
Kimi goes through, stays well away from the curb. He goes, nah, I ain't having any of that.
And then
Kimi just on the actual right line.
Yeah. And the following 3 drivers that went off all touched the curb. So what does that tell you? It's the driver's fault.
Piastri hits the curb, goes spinning at the wall.
Big bounce. Hulkenberg next.
Oh, Hulkenberg.
And then Colapinto.
Colapinto, yes. I'm having a Crofty moment.
Colapinto royally fucked that one. Like, so much earlier than the other two. It seemed to come in with a lot more speed as well.
Yeah.
Like, at least Hulkenberg looked like he was slowing down. At least Piastri looked like he was slowing down. Colapinto just looked like, fuck it, give it the beans, hit the wall as hard as I can.
Yeah. Rip a hole in the side of my Alpine.
Awkward on the weekend where you were confirmed to be keeping your seat.
Yeah.
All I can think of is that it's the money.
Or perhaps we know that Flavio Briatore likes a little swap. So, yes, he may keep his seat.
For 5
He
races.
loves a driver who crashes as well.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Pierre Gasly wins Singapore 2026. He can't do it at the same track, surely. He'll do it at the new one, the Mad Ring. Untested.
No. He'll do it exactly the same point. Just full reenactment.
But they'll do it with a remote control this time, so it won't be Colapinto that did it. It'll just be Flavio with a button that just jams his throttle open and just round he goes.
They should do it in 2028 as a
20 years
anniversary edition.
Anniversary, yeah.
Flavio, why is there a nail on the underside of my wheel arch? Don't worry about it. So I must admit, I loved the camera work because it cut to that camera that sits at turn 4 looking down the straight. You see Norris come through, you see Antonelli come through, and then you just see Piastri spinning.
It's just like, new.
Yeah.
Hold up. Something ain't right.
Wait a minute. So, yeah, that ended his race, and Hulkenberg and Colapinto's at exactly the same corner.
Hulkenberg continued.
Yeah, but
I
for a
mean,
sprint, it ends his
yeah,
race.
like it ruined his race, but he continued. It
And then
was
the
not
red
a race
flags
ending.
came out
Yes.
because Colapinto went, haha, I'm gonna fuck the wall.
Yeah.
And the barrier needed some big repairs. So we got a red flag, everyone back to the pits. And on the restart, not very much happened, to be honest.
It was rolling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't see this bit. I was only listening, so I was in the
I don't know
car.
why it was a rolling start. There was no need for it to be a rolling start. It wasn't raining. Should have been a standing start.
They went, we don't want another turn 3 incident, make it rolling. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So Gabriel Bortoletto said, fuck turn 3, I'ma do turn 1.
That's pretty much. Yeah, so on the roll and restart, that basically ruined the restart, and everyone sort of just settled down and went, we've got what we came for. And then, yeah, Gabriel Bortoletto. So, there is well, first of all, my God, what a crash.
Yeah, big one. Big one.
Had that not have been the last lap of the race, that would have almost certainly been a red flag as well.
Yeah.
I've seen people complaining that the virtual safety car wasn't deployed. In my opinion, it didn't need to be. Because it was after the line, everyone was on the last lap, so no one would reach that incident at full racing speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The use of double waved yellows, yes, it sort of ruined the Norris Antonelli fight that had been brewing, but didn't really look to be coming to anything. But so would a virtual safety car, a full safety car. It just wasn't needed because no one was going to be in the way. But yeah, looking at it, it looks like his DRS got stuck open.
No, they went over it in the Skypad, and he just closed it so much later than those around him. Like they were looking at it from the camera at the end of the straight.
Yeah.
And obviously the car in front didn't have DRS, so the flap was down anyway.
Mm.
Gabby's was open. The car behind Gabby was open, and the car behind that closed first. Then the car behind Gabby closed, and Gabby's was still open. And I think he made the movement at the same time as trying to brake, and that was just loss of downforce at the rear.
Yeah.
It either looked like a loss of downforce at the rear or rear locked. But either way, yeah, he took a beating there.
Yeah, like
I
flying
think
into the
he
pit
just,
wall.
I think it was a bit ambitious.
Mm.
Given how much earlier the two cars behind him had obviously then deactivated or braked for the DRS. I know he was going for it. It's his home crowd. Completely understand it, but maybe a bit ambitious.
Yeah. It hits the pit wall, takes off, and then goes
Yes,
flying into the opposite wall.
that is
The other side of turn 1.
A bad quirk of the track design of Sao Paulo. We saw a Haas get beached and then black flagged because they were stuck on that little lip. And now we've seen Bortoletto quite literally go airborne. It was 2 big shunts for the price of 1. I believe the first one into the pit wall was in excess of 34G, and the secondary impact was around 57G.
Yeah.
For reference, Max Verstappen's crash at Silverstone, where he absolutely got punted into the barriers, at Cops was only 51G. So that impact was harder than Max Verstappen's.
Does that mean we're going to get Alex Albon out to do a recreation?
I don't know.
Are we going to protest the Brazilian GP walls?
Potentially.
Attempted murder!
Well, the way the car took off, quite possibly.
Yeah.
I know that that's there for rain and drainage, but maybe it's highlighted as a slight issue at the track safety. We don't really want a launch pad at the end of a high-speed straight. So yeah, I don't know. It might be one for them to look at there. So still glad he got out and walked away and had his helmet on, ready to go out qualifying like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He was in the car.
I know. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to get him out. But by Jove, they gave it a fair whack, and the car looked almost ready. So I think if the delay at the start of the quali had been longer, I think they could have got him out.
Yeah, definitely. I think they needed like an extra 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, the quali was delayed because Porsche Super Cup had damaged a barrier.
Yeah, cunted the barriers at turn 10.
Classic Porsche Super Cup.
Typical.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter what continent it is. Barrier repairs.
Always crap.
Sprint classification. Colapinto and Piastri DNF'd. Bortoletto DNF'd, but technically finished the race because he completed more than 90% of the distance. Then it was Albon, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Tsunoda, Lawson, Behrman, Ocon, Hadjar, Stroll, Gasly, Hamilton, Alonso, Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Antonelli, and Lando Norris.
I've got Lawson behind Hulkenberg on here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Provisional classification. Hold on. Was there a penalty? Yeah. There was. Lawson was penalised for driving in a manner deemed potentially dangerous and received 5-second penalty. Oh no,
he got the Lance Stroll penalty. He got the Lance Stroll.
It was Ollie Behrman that got the Lance Stroll penalty. Sorry, Lawson caused a collision.
Idiot.
Yeah, what collision?
Idiot.
Lawson hit car 8. Oh yeah,
he hit Behrman.
So this was on lap 1, and they penalised them both. So,
is this where they did it after the race?
Yeah, they penalised them both after the race. It was the rundown from turn 4, I'm pretty sure. Well, toward turn 4. Behrman came across to defend from Lawson and pushed him toward the grass. I think Lawson went slightly onto the grass, which is how Behrman's driving in a manner that was deemed potentially dangerous came in. And then as they went through turn 4, Lawson clipped Behrman's rear wheel and spun him. And that's what he got a 5-second time penalty for. For me, it was just lap 1 shenanigans, but the FIA were like, haha, no penalties.
Yeah, because I went Behrman's radio was like, oh, typical Lawson.
That was so funny. Corrected sprint. We've got 2 corrected documents this week. What is going on, FIA? Get it together.
We've even got a recalled document. You can't actually view the causing a collision document.
Yeah, because they've put it. It's now document 68.
Oh no, I'm talking about from the sprint.
Oh, document 41.
Yeah, recalled.
Yeah, that one's now document 65.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Which is the one I'm just looking at. Liam Lawson now has a total of 7 penalty points after that.
Oh yeah, that's why it was recalled, because that's why they had to recall Piastri's. They put the incorrect penalty point total on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Lawson only got 1 penalty point for that. So
didn't even got a penalty in my opinion, but it was just lap 1 shenanigans. It wasn't needed. Move on.
Driving in a potentially dangerous manner. Also, one penalty. But Ollie Behrman is on 9 penalty points.
And none of his points drop off, Crofty said, I think, until May.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's a long time to go without a penalty. 3 rounds this season and about 6 next season.
23rd of May, 2025.
Yeah.
I would say, would it be smart just for Ollie to get the race ban out of his way and start fresh for the new year? But then Haas are also battling for 7th place.
Yeah.
In the constructors,
So yeah, Ollie has got until the
23rd.
You said the 23rd of May.
Yeah.
So until this end of the sprint race in Canada next year, which is round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, round 7.
That's rough.
So he's got 10 rounds before a single penalty point drops off, or 9.5 if you include the fact that it'll drop off on the Saturday.
So, Lando Norris's record is about to be clean. His penalty points, all 3 of them, were picked up at Qatar last year.
For the yellow flag infringement, I believe.
Yeah, double waved yellows. So as of December 1st, those drop off. Oscar Piastri currently has 6. 2 of his will drop off December 8th. Max Verstappen has 6. And he's got 3 weeks until one of his comes off. And then 2 more points come off on December 8th. Yuki Tsunoda has 7. Charles Leclerc has 1. Lewis Hamilton has 3. Kimi Antonelli has 5. George Russell has 1. Fernando Alonso has a clean penalty record. Lance Stroll has 7. Franco Colapinto has 2, because it's hard to get penalty points when you're 30 seconds behind everyone. Pierre Gasly has 2. Ollie Behrman has 9, as we've discussed. Esteban Ocon has 0. Isaac Hadjar has 0. And Liam Lawson has 7. Albon has 4. And Sainz has 4. And the Sauber drivers, both of them, have clean records.
It's still mad to think that we were talking earlier in the year that Max Verstappen had 11.
Well, I know, after watching the Spanish Grand Prix, it's not that crazy, is it?
True. No. He should have had 12 after that, but... Anyway, I suppose we've basically touched on main qualifying. We sort of merged the two together when we were talking about the sprint. So shall we just get into the race?
Yes.
Let's do it. Sounds like you've got things you want to say, Rich. Take it away.
Well,
talk about the race.
I mean, the start was okay. Pretty clean, all things considered. Bit of bumps here and there, but nothing ridiculous. It was, Carlos Sainz into the side of Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah.
But equally, Sainz had a car on his inside and nowhere to go, so quite happy that the stewards just deemed that one as turn 1. That is the epitome of a turn 1 incident in my book.
Yep.
What else are you meant to do? You can't back out because there's probably a car behind you. You can't go forward because that's what you're trying to do. You can't go left and you can't go right. Tough.
Yeah.
Something had to give, and in that instance, it was Hamilton.
It was Hamilton's floor, yes.
Well, no, I think that was the side pod mostly. I think the floor was more damaged when he took his front wing off and drove with that under the car for a lap.
That didn't help, yeah.
Which, I mean, not the sort of mistake you often see a multiple world champion make, but just misjudged the distance between him and the car in front on a straight. So he paid the price for it, so no one really to blame there but himself in a way. You can make the argument that the car in front made a little juke, but equally, it's not the smoothest race surface in the world, so...
And as we've seen in the USA, the FIA don't give a shit about that anyway.
Well, true. What do we have? Lance Stroll popping Gabriel Bortoleto into the wall. I can see this from both sides, okay, before we get to things. Gabriel Bortoleto was not far enough alongside the outside of Lance Stroll, in the words of the rules, to be deemed far enough to allowed racing room.
Yeah.
But equally, don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bortoleto wouldn't have...
He was never going to make that move from that position.
He wouldn't have made the overtake.
No.
Lance Stroll would still came out in the corner.
So basically, all I see there is that Lance just didn't give another driver racing room. Which, in my book, is forcing another driver off the track.
But not on the FIAs.
No, because they've gone, oh, well, he wasn't far enough alongside to be called racing room, so how can he be forced off?
Yeah. Yeah, these guidelines, once again, are shit.
Yeah. You can still be forced off even if you're not far enough alongside.
Exactly.
It's called overly aggressive defensive driving. You just don't let them get alongside enough before you force them off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Loophole. So, yeah. But, I mean, I can see it from both sides. Rules say one thing and actions say another, but in my opinion, I'd have given him 5 seconds. I think that's fair, because I'd have given him 5 because Gabriel wasn't far enough alongside to be warranted racing room. If Gabriel was further alongside and then he'd done it, I'd have given him the full 10.
A big thing, if Stroll looks in his left mirror and knows that Gabby's there, I'd give it a penalty. But
if he's still looking right, because he is coming into a right-hander, in fairness.
Yeah.
You're not really looking in your left mirror going into a right-handed corner. But if he has looked in his left mirror, yes, give him the 10 seconds. If it's purely accidental, then maybe let him off.
Yeah.
That's actually how Lewis Hamilton got away with failing to slow under yellows in sprint qualifying for the Charles Leclerc incident. The light panel on his left started flashing double yellow for a fraction of a second as he was turning into a right-hander. So the stewards took the view of, well, how was he meant to see that?
He's looking the other way.
Seen Charles and slowed down.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Got a reprimand for it.
He's slowed down when he has realised.
Exactly. He's known about an issue.
Yeah. So obviously that brought out... Was that brought out the safety car?
Yes, because Bortoleto tried to move it and couldn't get far enough.
Yeah.
The wishbone had gone.
Yeah, so then that brought out the safety car, and then the safety car restarts.
Yeah.
Let's get everyone's view on this one. This is the big one. My opinion, slam dunk. Got no problem with this penalty. I cannot believe that at any point they asked the McLaren pit wall, or Ted asked the McLaren pit wall. They were like, "Oh, we can see how it could be given, and we can see how it can't." No, he locked up. That is part and parcel not in control of your vehicle. 10-second penalty. What I didn't quite understand was Martin Brundle's comment of he'll be thanking him, he'll be grateful that it's only 10 seconds given the outcome. Martin, we don't do penalties based on the outcome in this sport.
Yeah, exactly. We do penalties based on the
incident,
not the outcome. Can I see the argument that he wasn't left racing room? Yes. Again, that's where these guidelines come in. Still think they're a heap of shit. because he was established on the inside. Just because he didn't reach the mirror, he was still there.
Yeah, but equally, he's locked up.
He's then went on and locked up and hit Antonelli, so fair enough.
If he hadn't have locked up and the contact was still made, I think maybe only a 5.
I still think he would have gotten 10, though.
Yeah, because the new
Because of
guidelines
the way
say
the
that
regulations
it's
are, yeah.
10 as minimum. You have to have some kind of mystical get out of jail card to only be given a 5.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's unfortunate for him, but at the same time, he made a somewhat ambitious move.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it from his side of, that's a great opportunity. 2 cars, 1 corner, why not? This is the why not. But in the wise words of Ayrton Senna, if you no longer go for gap.
What I feel has
Manually,
happened is he's seen the moves there and it's on. He should have been more aggressive with it. He was already aggressive enough, but he braked before Antonelli did. And then, so he's seen Antonelli squeeze him. And Antonelli's sort of like, okay, I turn like you're not there. It's a bit dodgy, but it is.
Well, in some instances, he's got Charles on his outside, and if Charles is already turning in as well, then Kimmy's got to turn to avoid Charles.
And then, so you see Antonelli slowly come over. And obviously, Oscar's put more brake on, which locks him up. And so he's sort of stuck in the middle of a place where you don't want to be. Instead of doing what like Max done in Mexico and be like, okay, this is mine, I'm having it no matter what. Which I feel like he should have done.
Wasn't assertive enough.
Yeah.
The person I really feel for in the incident, though, is Charles.
Yeah.
He wasn't involved, and the next minute his tyres rolling down the circuit like a polo mitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Charles' luck all over.
It really just sort of, if you were going to sum up Charles' season as a whole, just that.
Yeah.
Just minding his own, and then suddenly 3 wheels. What can you do? It's how racing goes sometimes.
Yeah.
It's rough rubber the green, I guess.
But on Oscar's penalty, I can see the argument for both penalty and no penalty. I think penalty is slightly more fair, but equally, had they went racing incident, I wouldn't have been too bothered.
I potentially would have been, having seen similar incidents be penalised. But, once you've set a precedent, I believe you should stick to it. For the sake of consistency, and consistency alone. I don't care if the initial one was deemed harsh. If you've then set that precedent, that's it. You go with that.
Equally, though, if they've made an error, you don't really want to use precedent,
If they've then come out afterwards and reviewed it, and like Carlos Sainz at the Dutch Grand Prix, reviewed it and gone, actually, no, that's our bad, then fine. You just scrap that from previous examples of incidents of a similar nature. But no, we've seen plenty of people steam down the inside and lock up and take out people, and they have been given penalties. So I'm fine with this penalty being dished out.
Yeah, no, I'm not aggrieved at it.
No.
I just wouldn't have been aggrieved if they went, okay, we see how this happened, carry on. It's one of those ones. The stewards could have made either decision, and I don't think anyone would have been too angry. For once, they were between gold and jewellery, rather than a rock and a hard place. Yuki Tsunoda picked up a 10-second time penalty of his own for crashing into Lance Stroll.
It's extremely harsh.
I think he's just doing the world a service there. It was harsh. He was avoiding action from the Alpine in front, and then very lightly bumped Lance Stroll and sent him into a spin. But
I feel
equally,
he's done. He seen what he strolled onto Bortoletto and thought, he's having it.
him.
Yeah.
He's ruined his home race. Have it.
Yeah.
He was just being a mate.
He's just been a good friend who gets
Yeah.
penalised.
And then Yuki Tsunoda's mechanics done a whoopsie daisy and fucked up the serving of the time penalty, so he got
Another one.
5 seconds.
DJ Khaled. Another one.
And then probably the most unexpected penalty of the weekend, I would say. Lewis Hamilton picked up a 5-second time penalty for removing his own front wing on Colapinto's tyre.
It's causing a collision.
Oh, yeah. No one had even spoke about it, and then it was like, 5-second time penalty. Eh? Where did that come from?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
letter of the law. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't deem incidents on the aftermath.
No, exactly. I'm quite surprised there wasn't a puncture there, but also equally it was just to the back of the tire, and normally that's how you avoid a puncture. It's when you clip the corner or the sidewall.
On the sidewall, yeah.
There was so much going on for the stewards. The stewards were like, yeah, we may as well do something while we're here. He can have it.
Yeah, I think it was just one that no one was really looking for, and all of a sudden, 5 seconds.
Normally, in an incident like that, where the person who did the damage comes off worse, you'd be remiss for thinking, oh, that's penalty enough.
Yeah.
Circa Lando Norris, Canada.
Yeah.
But no, penalties. I know Lando technically sort of got away with his because they couldn't convert it to a grid penalty because it wasn't severe enough. But equally, he DNF'd.
Yeah.
Penalty enough. Hamilton also DNF'd.
I wonder what Lewis thinks of the stewards. He must think, like, for fuck's sake, these lot again. Every single weekend.
Can't catch a break.
No.
Poor bloke.
And yeah, Max Verstappen, fantastic recovery drive from the pit lane.
Phenomenal.
After taking a new engine.
Yeah, this posed interesting questions, cost cap related. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago we had the revelation that everyone was doing fine with the cost cap. The only thing was Aston Martin had a minor procedural breach, which they've entered into
their fault. Yeah,
that they've entered into an arranged thing for, so that it's fine.
Red Bull's got rid of the caviar.
Well, potentially
they have. Down on the wings.
So the question that was posed is basically, did Red Bull take that engine for performance or for reliability's sake? And if it was for performance, should it come out of their cost cap? Which the answer is yes. If it's for performance sake, yes. If it's for reliability's sake, no. It would be particularly unfair on customer teams if a thing that was not made by you and given to you goes bang, and suddenly you're £100 million over your thing. It's.
I think in this case, there would be a very strong argument for
performance,
and that nothing went bang.
Yeah, and that it was just the setup that he was complaining about. He wasn't ever complaining about a loss of power or issues with the gear shifts. He only ever complained about a lack of grip or the balance,
which the engine
is not responsible for.
Yeah.
So I can also completely understand Red Bull's prerogative of the boy is 16th.
Yeah, may as well.
Shit didn't work. Let's change it. Put him in the pit lane. Also, while we're here, seeing as we've already made changes and put him in the pit lane, how about some fresh go-go juice?
Yeah.
Why not?
Very much like Lewis Hamilton in Brazil 2021. He'd been disqualified from qualifying anyway.
What's to lose?
New engine.
So, interesting fact, that's the first time Max has been knocked out of Q1 since, I think it's Sochi 2021, on pure
On
pace.
pure performance, yeah.
But it was, I want to say it was 2006 was the last time both Red Bull cars went out in Q1.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal record. 9 years of both cars, or at least one car, progressing past Q1 is no mean feat. So yeah, that took me by surprise. I would have thought it would have been somewhere like just a dodgy weekend in 2010.
2014.
When everyone's engines were blowing up in 2014 and they had a Renault in the back.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah,
but
fair
yeah,
play.
19 years of always getting out of Q1 is very impressive.
I can't believe I said 9.
I thought you were going to say, like, to do 9 years is great. To do 19 even better, but you just kept going.
Yeah, I now realise that 2006 was 19 years ago, not 9.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Bring back McLaren Honda.
No, please don't. Actually, no, the Honda engine currently is not bad.
True.
We'll see how good it is when it ships over to Aston Martin next year.
True. And the engines are unfrozen for the first time since 2020.
Honda's going to get crazy with it. VTEC in an F1 car. Can you imagine? Just... Fernando Alonso's engaged the VTEC to win.
Oh dear. Did anything else happen in the race?
Lots of pit stops.
Yeah.
Lots of pit stops.
Yeah, many pit stops.
This was a good race for strategy. I liked this one.
Yeah, quite a few people were questioning Max's choice to stop after Lando already done his final stop. Because he's in front by 7 seconds or something. And there was 20-ish laps to go.
Yeah, but his tyres weren't going to make it that far.
I'm pretty sure it was on the softs at that point. They would never have made it to the end.
He was...
Mediums.
I think he was on medium.
He did medium.
They would maybe have made it to the end, but they would have fallen off the cliff.
Yeah.
I think there's theoretically you'd have 10 laps to survive. But then there are people saying, oh, track positions, everything, and all of that. So...
Yeah, but we've seen it earlier in the race that a good tyre delta is enough.
Yeah.
That being said, it was very difficult to overtake this weekend.
We still saw a good amount of overtaking, though.
Yeah.
Due to strategy, but I will still take it because it meant everything had to play out still. I mean, examples would be the fact that Liam Lawson ran a one-stop.
Yeah, and then brought the rest of the grid across the line with them.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
But still finished 7th.
Yeah, exactly.
A double points finish for Racing Bulls. They scored 10 points this weekend.
Let's do prediction results, and then we will talk Oscar Piastri.
Wasn't great for predictions this week. Sonia has stretched her legs at the top of the table. Ben, Chris, and me all scored 2 points for putting Verstappen and Norris on the podium in the wrong places. Sonia scored 8 points for putting Norris and Verstappen on the podium in the right places, and also saying that Norris would win the sprint and get pole position. A bit of Norris faith goes a long way, apparently. Bold predictions, Ben. You said Hamilton podium. No.
Yeah, I bet Piastri's getting it next.
Chris, you said no race DNFs. Lance Stroll entered the chat.
Yep.
Now, mine I'm gutted about because I feel like I was onto a winner and I maybe just did it one race too soon. Mine was that the points gap between Verstappen and Piastri would be no more than 10 points at the end of this round, and it's 15. Is it? No, it's 25.
Oh.
It's not
Yeah,
gone so
definitely.
well. Piastri didn't bomb quite as hard as I needed him to. Verstappen, I thought I was in the bin when Verstappen qualified 16th, but I was like, you know what? 17th to the win last year. Anything's possible.
Exactly.
Pit lane to third. Solid drive. Pit lane to third, fighting for second.
Yeah. I've
Solid
had some
drive.
issues with driver of the day in the past when Max Verstappen used to win just because of his name, but he very much deserved it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. I would also have been happy seeing that go to Kimi, his best ever result of
Yeah.
second.
Probably one of
And I think
Nice.
the sort of the unsung hero would be Liam Lawson pulling off that one stop. Otherwise, no, I have no qualms with that being given to Max Verstappen. That's a hell of a drive. Once again, at Brazil.
Yeah. Lapdown showdown.
Lapdown showdown. A complete dead ball this week. Just nobody got it. Ben, you were the closest one because you just gave the lowest lap. You said 46. It happened on 34. Nobody got the driver, and nobody got the correct number of laps down because it was Lewis Hamilton on lap 34, and he DNF'd. So we're cooked. Is the long and short of it there.
Well, Lewis is cooked. We're all right.
Yeah, so that is predictions. We will do we have a peace week? Is it peace time?
Vegas, baby.
We'll talk about Vegas in a bit.
Oh wait, no.
No, yeah, it's
Peace week.
Time. Peace
Oh,
time.
I've asked for predictions a week too soon. My bad, Sonia. Apologies. I've got Sonia's predictions in, folks.
They're in the bag.
They're locked in. I've written mine in as well. So.
Let's talk about Oscar Piastri. It is now 5 rounds without a podium.
This is a problem for him.
Someone in my work put it pretty well this morning. It's like he's been trying hard to get someone else to win the championship.
He has done everything in his power to fuck this.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he's following Mark Webber's footsteps quite well, personally.
Not bad for a number 2 driver.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. But then,
look, he's not out of it.
It's not.
No.
Yeah, it's not done until it's done.
He's just, but he is less than 1 Grand Prix win away from first place.
There is, taking the sprint out of it, there's 24 points left in the championship. Sorry, there's 24 points behind. If he were to win each race and Lando Norris come second,
Norris wins.
Norris wins by
2 points.
3 points.
With the sprint, it's 2 points.
So yeah, so the championship now, I would say, is very much out of Piastri's hands, whereas before it was very much in his hands.
Yeah, this is Norris. Norris has the advantage now.
Yeah,
he has the championship position and B, the run of form.
Yes.
We said it about Max when he took 33 points at the last sprint weekend, that there is nothing more you can do in a Grand Prix weekend than that. And Norris has just replicated that.
Yeah.
To go, and also the absolute winning mentality that he's got, to go from having the biggest winning gap of the season at 30.3 seconds in Mexico to like 10 and something seconds in Brazil, and to say the gap's not quite big enough for my liking. That's some confidence. That's confidence that we haven't seen from Norris before. And I think that is dangerous for his championship rivals. I think if Norris remains at that level of self-belief, it's going to take a lot to stop him. And I think it's going to take something out of anyone's control to stop him. Lance Stroll.
Or the fact that we're going to probably two of the trickiest tracks on the calendar in the next 2 rounds.
But equally,
Yeah, Vegas
they...
is...
Norris likes the
one.
wall in Vegas. He's good friends with the
it's...
wall.
Yeah, but then also...
He also
the
likes the top step
penalty
of Abu
number.
Dhabi.
But if he's hit the
the
wall in Vegas, he could be behind in the championship again.
Which gives him impetus to just go for it.
True.
Yeah, but then if you also speak about Abu Dhabi, Max Verstappen likes to punt Piastri off, so that's nice as well.
That works.
Lance Stroll wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Because nobody else finished because he took them out.
Exactly.
We're just hearing Lance Stroll has been disqualified from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix because apparently an M1 Abrams battle tank is not within the current FIA regulations.
Yeah, so we will see what happens. It's going to be very interesting going into the last few rounds. I think if Norris wins in Vegas, you could call it game over, pending a disaster.
I think once he wins the sprint in Qatar, if he's won Vegas and he wins the sprint in Qatar, I think then you start to go, cool.
Yeah. Well, if that happens, he could win the championship in Qatar.
Yes, very much so. Going off current form, Norris was the quicker of the two McLarens in Vegas last year. He was not as quick as Max Verstappen by almost 30 seconds. Max Verstappen finished 16.5 seconds behind George Russell in 5th place, and Lando Norris finished 43.4 seconds behind. So,
it's going to be...
Norris was 6th. Max Verstappen was the next car up the road, and that was 30 seconds. Well, almost. And then, obviously, Max won Qatar.
Yep.
Piastri finished on the podium, and Norris was 10th. And
he got the yellow flag penalty.
Yeah. And then, obviously, Norris won the final race.
Mathematically, the championship will reach Qatar. It's impossible for it not to.
Yeah.
But it could be wrapped up in the Qatar sprint at the earliest.
Yeah, that would require both Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri scoring 0 points.
Yeah.
In both events.
Rounds. Not out of the question.
One big Max Verstappen punt, and there we go.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is that Max pretty much has to win Vegas.
Max pretty much has to win everything.
Yeah, but for mathematically, he'll fall out of contention if he is outscored by Norris by 9 points in Vegas. So if Norris wins and Verstappen finishes...
anything that's not second.
Yeah, Max could finish 3rd and still lose out on the championship.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And then, because it's going to be a race where we expect McLaren to be and we expect Max Verstappen to be winning, which is why it's crucial.
Well, that's Qatar, I suppose. In Vegas, they were both last year.
Yeah, it was the Mercedes and the Ferraris that did well.
Yeah. And the Mercedes went well in Singapore, as they did in 2024 as well, so they could look good in Vegas.
Well, they already are playing a part this year. And currently in Brazil, Kimi finished 2nd.
Yes. Yeah. Taking points off both Max and Oscar.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see what happens there. We also have W Series coming back.
Yep.
W Series, that's a throwback. F1 Academy coming back for their championship finale in Vegas. I felt there was something else that I wanted to mention.
It's the Hello Kitty fleece. I know it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a Hello Kitty Grand Prix.
It is indeed.
Win an exclusive bundle? Excuse me? A competition?
I can't remember what it was I was going to say.
That we're not going to win. I don't know, but what I did see just now is the Ferrari chairman has said that Hamilton and Leclerc need to focus on driving and talk less, which is quite funny.
Yeah, I seen that. That sort of came from nowhere.
It's very, very funny. It's telling us a 7-time champion to shut up and drive.
But yeah, I think that's us. Nothing else really to touch on, I don't think. There was no news.
We covered it. It was Colapinto.
Yeah, Colapinto's extension, so no other news. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching the Turn 5 podcast. Join us next week as we really get into the home stretch as we preview the Las Vegas Grand Prix. But until then, ta for now.